Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long Boys Blues, 1975. A used words on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug you. Long Boys Blues, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Long Boys Post 1975, and welcome to the Wednesday vlog. The first Wednesday vlog of the year 2018. It's a driving vlog once again, sheer convenience, and also the fact that apparently this matches the title, by the way. You know, nostalgia's not a dirty word, and other random waffles, because I want to talk about a couple of things. But yeah, it's going to be all over the shop, but I want to talk about, you know, Happy New Year and all that. And the first thing I want to say is because it's what I've had all since, you know, well, I worked New Year's Eve. Why? Because they were paying double time, and I don't really celebrate New Year, but we'll get to that. It's kind of in why I don't make New Year's resolutions. Yeah, I work double time, so, you know, I got no problem with that. Pop in my headphones, listen to the Lord of the Ring audiobooks. Time flew by, and I made, you know, a decent amount of money. But because I worked that, everyone was asking me, and there's nothing wrong with it, this is just my personal take on it, you know. Everyone's asking me, so what New Year's resolutions have you made, or what New Year's resolutions are you gonna make, and big changes to your life? And I said, absolutely nothing. I went, what, really? That's not the spirit? I went, what do you mean that's not the spirit? New Year's isn't a holiday. I always find it funny that it's on the news the next day, like some big event, you know. Which is, look at all these people celebrating from all around the world. Look at all these people in London. Look at all these people in your local city. Whoa, what we fucking do? It was New Year's. You know, it's not an event. But anyway, the reason I don't make New Year's resolutions is simple. If I want to change something, then I'll change it. And I won't even necessarily, you know, advertise it, because it's not, you know, something for bragging rights, which I find is one reason lots of people make New Year's resolutions, for, you know, the response that they'll get from people, as opposed to basically, sorry about the squeaky wipers, you know, being 100% committed for themselves. They like the idea, you know, of the thought of changing themselves and how it appears to other people. I don't think necessarily all the time they appreciate what it means to themselves as such. It's supposed to be 80-mile-an-hour winds today, by the way, people. So I'm getting home as quickly as I can, which is another reason I'm doing this vlog driving. So as soon as I get home, I can bang it up to the internet, because wind in my neck of the woods with crap internet means bye-bye internet. Anyway, yeah, so no New Year's resolutions for me, because if I want to change something, I'll change it. You probably don't even know the things I decided to change last year, because I didn't advertise it. I think to have a specific date you set to, you know, be the start of the goal you want to do, to make something, to make a positive and real change to your life, is very much a recipe for disaster, because by allowing you that time to start on a specific date, it means that essentially you've got that put off factor, haven't you, which is, oh well, I could start, but now I'll start at New Year's. Yes, let's start. No, I'll start at New Year's. That's when you do this. Whereas I think, well, no, because if you want to make a change, then you just do it, and you start whenever, and you don't put it off, meaning that realistically you are going to achieve it. That's why I don't make New Year's resolutions. If people do, you know, good for you. There's nothing wrong with it, especially if you stick to it and are committed. But yeah, I don't. That's it. I don't want to sound like a grumpy bastard. But anyway, Happy New Year and all that, even though I don't believe in it. Yeah. The next thing I wanted to talk about was, basically, I don't do it very often. Lots of people do Q&As, lots of people have Patreon Q&As, you know, once a month. I don't have a Patreon, and I really don't think I'm that interesting enough, or my channel's diverse enough for me to have a Q&A every month. But I like to do one every now and then, and I'm pretty sure that my last Q&A was pretty much, I guess, a year or so ago. So what I want to basically say is, people, you know what, if you want to ask me a question, then ask me a question. Leave it in the comments down below. You know me, you know my likes, you know, sort of the way I roll. That got away from me. You know, so ask away. Anything within reason, you know. don't go south, you know, personal stuff, and we'll leave political stuff out of it. But, you know, gaming, movies, stuff like that, general interests, thoughts on, well, I guess gaming politics counts, then ask away and let me know. And if you have any suggestions, then by all means suggest the way, bearing in mind the limitations of my hardware and how I produce videos, but I'm always open to new ideas and new things like that. So by all means, you know, ask away, suggest away, and also, you know, let me know what you'd like to see more of. Let me know what you like seeing specifically on my channel, so I can get a more rounded sort of, you know, I don't know, opinion, feel for it from my audience, you know, try and make the channel a bit more, you know, positively addressed towards you guys. I mean, I always say it's for me, and it is ultimately because I enjoy doing it, but it's an interactive experience, it's a two-way experience. You are my audience, I'm very appreciative of that. You are, you know, you have made the channel what it is, so, you know, I always value your input, and so, you know, by all means, let me know, and I will leave it for a couple of weeks, and I will try and answer your questions and take into account, you know, what you would like to see more of and stuff like that. Like, you know, go crazy, kids. Now, what the main, you know, bread and butter of this vlog is nostalgia, and why is it a dirty word for some people? Kind of touched upon something not so much similar, foot in the same pool, if you want. A few years ago, we called Why Do I Have to Grow Up? I say a few years ago, that was the first year of my channel, so that was 6 years ago. It's not so much that, because Why Do I Have to Grow Up was addressed on why aren't I allowed to buy retro stuff and things like that. It's my money, blah, 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 blah. If you're a long time viewer, you may have seen it. But this is about, inspired from, you know, and this person wasn't being fucking hell. Meteorites, triffids and shit. Yeah, it wasn't being like nasty as such. I don't think sometimes people think about what they're saying. They don't engage their brain when they open their mouth and perceive how that comment could come across. But it's all well and good and stuff because, hey, look at White Man Van noticed right away. There's a bloody change. Because, you know, yeah, it's all good and stuff like that, and it gave me something to talk about, which is I bought last night, or this morning when I left, I should say, sorry, Transformers the movie, the animated movie, the only good Transformers movie, the only movie I recognise as a Transformers movie. I bought the remastered 30th anniversary of Transformers the movie. I mean, Christ, 25th anniversary doesn't seem that long ago, and 30 years, and it's a beloved movie of mine and a beloved movie of many other people of our childhoods, and yeah, and I bought it, and someone asked me, wait, Dave, that's a, yeah, good one there. There's the only problem with this thing, you've got to find a sweet spot on your windscreen or it doesn't stay there. Never mind. Yeah, you know, someone said, hey Dave, what'd you buy that for? That's a kid's movie. Oh wait, you're one of those nostalgic people. And I went, well, yeah. And they go, like, why don't you buy something you've never seen before? Why are you buying that? I mean, it's a kid's movie, you saw it as a kid. Shouldn't you look forward and not backwards? And I just thought, I hate that attitude. Ignoring the obvious, which each to their own taste is subjective, and I can buy what I want. I don't understand it. Some people seem to think that being nostalgic is a negative, or that, you know, it's these are new traffic lights. It's, I don't know, it's nostalgia is a bad thing. See, the way I see it, I think they have this sort of perception of people that they cling to the past. They fear change, they won't change. They live in the past. You know, they don't embrace, you know, modern things, modern changes, anything that's beneficial to the person. They don't embrace new technology, something else you get from the retro side of it. They're forever 30 years behind everyone else. I think they're confusing nostalgia with, I don't know, stubbornness. People who do generally fear change and fear the future, and it's not. The way I see it is, the reason I'm nostalgic is, there's nothing wrong with preserving the past. And when I say past, I mean your feelings, your memories of something you're attached to. You know, anything that, you know, I hate to say this, kids, you know, unfortunately, but the world isn't fucking Care Bears and Kinder Eggs. It's a pretty shitty place. And so sometimes, you know, it's good to have places to go and things to hold on to and memories to embrace that remind you, you know, remind you of good things and nice places you were in, moments that you were, you know, happy and stuff like that, and not because you're not happy now, but what's wrong with reliving a precious memory that puts a smile on your face, you know, and just putting yourself in a good mood. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I think, you know, what the person, to me, the perception is, you know, oh look, you're just living in the past, and it's like, no, I'm not. For everything, you know, old movie I buy and stuff like that, or, you know, embrace and relive a memory, and that's it. Nostalgia is not just games or movies or toys. It's anything that gives you a direct, you know, sort of connection to a memory, an enjoyable time, a happy period, a smile on your face. What's wrong with holding on to these things? The way I see it is nostalgia is like a photo album for your mind, you know, these memories. So anything that you buy that does that, it's brilliant. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that I'm clinging to the past. I'm going to refuse to make out that I'm talking about that. You know, I haven't talked about New Year's resolutions. I'm refusing to make changes, to embrace things that will benefit my life, make my life easier. I'm refusing to, you know, improve myself, learn, go to college and stuff. Hey, you know, a little secret, I'm a trade union rep. I'm constantly going back to college. Just because you specifically seek out things that you enjoy and hold a passionate memory for, that doesn't mean you're not living your life in a forward manner. You're not embracing everything out there. You know, you're living in a cave and rubbing sticks together because it's a scary place, man, going to the future. Oh, put tinfoil hats on and shit so the government can't spy on your mind. No, it's not. I just think sometimes people say the word nostalgia and you can just hear a derogatory tone in their voice, and I say no, it's a nice thing, it's a great thing, it's a positive thing. You know, it unites people in their love of the same sort of thing that makes nostalgia, makes the world a better place. It really does. It creates friendships and things like that. There's nothing negative about it, and it doesn't mean that we aren't going to live our lives the best that we can in the fullest capacity that we can, simply because we are nostalgic for a specific set of things, as I said, whether they're toys, books, magazines, TV programs, I mean, you name it, anything, I guess, that has, and it doesn't even have to be that old to some degree. I mean, obviously it can be, hey, I'm really nostalgic for a week last Tuesday, but yeah, so that was just a general thought, you know, it came out of nowhere because I bought Transformers the movie, the original one, because mainly it's also not just nostalgia, but it's got 1.5 hour brand new documentary. Oh, good times. So yeah, as always, I want to know what you think. Leave a comment down below. You know, as I said, ask me a question and all this good stuff. And yeah, you know, do you find that? Do you get the same experience? Do you find that some people seem to think that it's nostalgia? It's, I don't know, it's a restriction. It holds people back. It stops them living and embracing, you know, modern life, living to the best of their potential, learning, improving themselves and stuff like that. Or is it just simply, as I said, it's a nice place to be that makes people happy and unites them, and so, you know what, just leave it. Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Oh, and Happy New Year.